Hey everybody. Um, I just wanted to come on here and share my story with you and hope that by listening to my story that you guys can pay attention and look at the warning signs that I didn't see as to what happened to me. May 9th, 2010, I was dating a guy and I decided I didn't want to be with him anymore. And we're not working out. He was very insecure, very jealous. I was sitting on the floor doing my makeup and I was getting ready and he asked me where I was going and I told him I was going to pick up my paycheck. And he told me I wasn't going by myself and I said yes I was. And then I finally had said that it just wasn't working out and it wasn't in the future for us to have one because I have a goal and he's interrupting my goal. And my goal is to make money and have a house for my beautiful daughters. Well, when I broke up with him, he got up and there was a big wrought iron mirror. And the reason why I say expensive, so that you know it's not one of those cheap plastic things that was at Walmart. This was a mirror that was from Macy's. He bashed it over the back of my head. I fell to the ground. He began stabbing me 13 times in the head. I screamed for help. My daughters couldn't hear me at first. He then, when there was nothing left, the glass was shattered in millions of pieces. There was pieces of glass stuck all on the side of my face, like just tiny shards were just stuck inside my skin, inside my back, on the side of my legs. He had already stabbed me 13 times. When I was punching back, I was punching the pole. My bone was hanging out as I was still fighting this man. He proceeded to beat me with the pole, and I was punching the pole back, and my bone on my left arm disintegrated into dust. My meat came out. My right finger disintegrated into dust and died. So he was winning. He was killing me. I was really afraid. I thought that was going to be it. I thought my life was going to be over. My daughter banged on the door, thank God, and scared him, and he stopped what he was doing. Not before he had the chance to run out of my house and tell my kids, fuck your mom. I didn't do anything to this man. He'll even write, even in the report, it says that I did nothing to the man. I did not touch the man. He put his hands on me. So it wasn't like I was initiating the fight. I was just trying to tell him that it was not going to work out. I've had 4 major surgeries since May 10th. My left arm is metal and screws, and it'll never work the same again. My right finger, it does not work at all. There's no feeling in it. There's nothing in whatsoever. You can still feel on the side of my head all the holes and the scars from when he stabbed me. Like I can feel him going down the line. Every time I look down at my fingers, it's a constant reminder about what he did to me. My daughter ran in the room, and she pushed my younger daughter out of the bedroom so she couldn't see the blood. And my daughter called 911, wrapped towels around my head, and we waited for the ambulance. And I was going in and out of consciousness. And I remember I remember the officer walking into the bedroom and saying, Jesus Christ, and I just remember passing out. I remember waking up in the ambulance. I remember them saying that they were losing me. I remember the beep, and then all of a sudden, like, something said beep, 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 brought me back to life. That was God. After that, I went through all my surgeries. I became very addicted to oxy pills, and I was taking about 20 a day. And when they weren't working, I found out that you could snort them. I began snorting them, and I was taking anti-anxiety medication, which is Xanax, which is the deadliest pill that can be given to you, but they gave it to me anyways, which I don't know why. I am now addicted to Xanax. I was addicted to oxys from 2010 to now. I have 6 months sobriety off of opiates, and I did it on my own, but it took a lot. I had to go to rehab. I had to go to counseling. I had to see what I was doing to myself. Nobody else could tell me. Nobody else could show me. I had to figure it out for myself, just like you do. I threw myself into that rehab thinking everything was going to be all fine, and the next day I get out and I go try to hang out with the friend who's supposed to be a positive influence on me, and what does she bring downstairs? Oxys. Well, what do you think happened? I ended up using 2 days out of recovery. I ended up using. I mean, how pathetic is that, you know? If I could explain to people what withdrawals feels like, maybe you guys would understand a little bit more why people are afraid to come off of them. And this is the way I give the scenario to people. If it was me and I was getting beat up all over again by my attacker, and I had the chance to go through fighting my attacker again with the same outcome, of course, of me not dying, but me getting badly hurt, I would take the beating rather than the withdrawals, because the withdrawals will go away. The beating will go away. The withdrawal stays with you even after so many days. They tell you 3 days it comes out of your system. The honest truth for opiates to really be completely out of your system is 30 days, okay? Because it's in your fatty cells and it's been in there. So when they tell you, oh yeah, 7 days detox, no, it's not like that. If you go into a detox, you go in, and when you get out, you better exercise and you better stay away from the people that are going to enable you, because if they enable you, you're just going to go back to being a user again. And that's exactly what happened in my case. I got stupid and I started hanging around with dumb people again, like I shouldn't have. And they just enabled me. They enabled me to use. They enabled me to do everything that was really bad. Uh, if I could explain to you what withdrawals feels like, I'll explain it to you in the easiest way possible of how it is for me. Withdrawals for me is when I'm lying here and all of a sudden I start to sweat, and then either you throw up or you have to shit, or you can't move out of the bed and your head hurts, your fingers hurt, everything hurts in your body. Everything does. You'd give anything for that pain to just go away. Anything. I mean, I guess people are different, because in my case, I wouldn't say anything because I had morals. I was very fortunate and lucky. I don't want to say fortunate and lucky because it's not fortunate and lucky to have money to get drugs, but I was fortunate to never have to worry about paying for my drugs, because I was prescribed them from having such bad surgeries. And then when I would run out, then I would go buy some. And there was days where I would crawl to the kitchen to take care of dinner or breakfast. But I never left my home. I never strayed away from my girls. I always did the motherly thing. I still got up. I still fed my kids. I still got up. I still went to work after I was healed. I was called a functioning pill popper. I don't know if I said this, but my drug of choice was Oxys. And I have 60 days clean off of Oxy right now. So I'm going to try to continue to do good and stay off. Some people think it's funny to play around with Xanax and lower tabs and Oxys, but I don't think you guys realize what the consequences are from you playing with these pills. You have like a future of dementia. You have future other things that come with it. Cancer, your liver failure, everything can fail from taking all these chemicals. So why would you want to take all these chemicals? My suggestion, if anything, if people are so adamant about taking drugs, would be to smoke marijuana, because it would be the natural way to come off. I'm not gonna lie, right now I'm doing this video talking about I am an addict, but I smoke marijuana because marijuana actually takes my anxiety away. So, is it all that bad compared to Xanax, which is deadly? Which one would you take? I was a teacher for 15 years. Never addicted to anything in my life. I was a bartender. And then I was a dancer. And I had made a lot of money. And when this man attacked me, guess what? All that money I had saved out the door. Because I had to take care of my daughters. Rent had to be paid. Food. I had to have a nanny to take care of me. Shower me. Dress me. Do my hair. My kids. I tried to cook, but it was really hard in the beginning until I was able to scooch myself to the kitchen. Then I started doing it. I ain't no chump, and I don't give up very easily. Half the things that I'm about to tell you throughout this journey, as we speak daily, there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to be surprised to know that I've gone through, and I've actually came out alive. The one thing right now that I'm really bothered by is the fact that I've been written a prescription called Boost Bar. Boost Bar is banned in the United States of America. So why in the fuck is this doctor prescribing me shit that is not even allowed here? It's banned. So what's the repercussions of me having that? What's going to happen to me? Because if it was banned in the United States, that means something must have happened. Here comes my rusty room. Don't judge. Actually, let me lower the light. Okay. What I come in here for? Damn it. I came in here for a fucking reason. Now I don't remember what I came in here for. Great. Alright. Let's see. Huh? What are you doing?
You said gather all my clothes.
Okay, but you're gathering them all.
I'm putting them in my little clothes.